We keep telling you to make helper functions, but you're probably wondering when you should. Sometimes it is obvious that your code should need a helper function. If you have a function that is 20 lines long, you almost certainly need to break it up into a helper function. But it's not only when a function is long, but also when it is complex. Complexity is hard to measure, so the textbook gives 4 examples of times when you probably want a helper function. Here there are 4 rules. We have 1. Domain knowledge. 2. We have cond expressions. 3. Complex list element action. And 4. Generalized solution. The first rule, domain knowledge, says that if you are writing a function that requires specialized knowledge, like a physics formula or some image manipulation, then you should isolate it into a helper function so it gets the attention it deserves and you can debug it in isolation. The second rule, cond expressions, say that if you are writing a cond inside a function to handle different cases, and it feels at all complicated, then you should make a new helper function with a cond as the body. The third rule is about writing functions that act on lists of data. When you are processing the individual element, you probably want to write a helper function. We're going to come back to that in the next video. The last rule is the generalized solution, and it's a little different from the others. The textbook covers this in more depth, but the general idea is that sometimes it is easier to solve a more general problem than a very specific one. This is difficult to recognize without a lot of experience, but if you are interested, please do read section 11.4, Auxiliary Functions that Generalize.